Okay, welcome back to Read the Factory Manual. I wanted to give an update on the Tonka trucks, where I'm at with those and what I'm thinking about now that I have slept on it for a couple days. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sides off of this truck to put on the red truck and try to replicate the weathering and the play wear on this truck on these sides. I think that's what I want to do because I really like the way the truck looks. I'm going to straighten the things out. I'm going to move the glass over to here, get it all cleaned up. So that is the plan for the trucks. In the meantime, what I want to do with this truck then is once I get the sides off of it, then it's going to look like that other truck. So what I'm going to do is I found an old catalog of the thrift side version of the Tonka Gladiator. And that image is right there. So I printed out what that one of those sides, it actually goes like this. Well, see if the wheel came off, I'll tell you why in a second. It actually will go like that print. So I'm going to print out fenders and whatever else I need to get that to work and then paint it along with this truck to match. So that's the idea with this one. Now, let's get talking to the wheels. In the wheels or the tires, I didn't want to go out and get some more tires because I'm printing out the thrift side. So I thought, well, what the heck, I'll print out the wheels. And I found this wheel on the Thingiverse. So here's a wheel that I printed out earlier on the Thingiverse. I'll have a link to that in the show notes. And I took that wheel and I modified it. So I printed out the centerpiece and I printed out the tire. I modified the tire. So the centerpiece, which looks like that, that's the centerpiece. It goes all the way through. It is rounded. This hole, though, is a little small, so I'm going to have to see what I can do to get that larger for the axles. I may have to print them again with a larger hole if I can't drill them straight. So we'll see what goes on there. I printed these in white, obviously, they're white. And the white material I have is called PETG. And that is a plastic that has a higher melting temperature than the plastic you're normally used to in 3D printing nowadays, which is called PLA. In the desert sun here in Las Vegas, PLA melts. It melts outside, it melts in the car. So I didn't want that to happen to this truck. This one, I really had to do a lot of cleaning while it's printing, where this one I did not. So there is a difference in the quality of product here. This PETG has a lot of stringing to it. It's real sticky and gooey, where this PETG is not. This one is from Micro Center. This one is from Amazon Basics. So I'd recommend getting the Amazon Basics, or now what I found is, so Overtrue is the brand that I am using now. That's what I got with the black, and it seems to be very good. So let's get started with the process of actually building this wheel. I'll show you how I did it. First step in the process was finding the file. The next step was printing. So here you can see it printing, and over time you can see it's going along, and I have to clean it out every now and then with a toothpick in order for the printing to work. Otherwise it gummed up and wasn't good. I had these nice parts printed and I was ready to go. I did not, at the time, I did not have the black plastic yet. So I went ahead and printed out the tire in white plastic before I ordered the black plastic. I wanted to make sure it was going to fit right. So we can see that it goes right in and it fits quite well. The challenge I had with printing this is because the tire looks like a tire. I'll zoom in on this. You see it's rounded on both sides. Printers really don't like to print going at an angle without some supports. And so in putting supports on the bottom, then the support, when they come off, it leaves a lot of extra little stuff on there that I didn't care for. So what I did was I modified this wheel. I took it in. You can take it into something like Tinkercad and modify that. So what I did was I cut it in half. So we can see we have two halves here. A little bit dark because they're black, but that's okay. So I have two halves, and I cut it right at the tread line, so that when you put it together, the seam is covered up by the tread. So here's what that tire looks like all put together. I went in and put a black Sharpie on there, and don't really care for the black Sharpie look. It's really more of a purple Sharpie, which I'm starting to discover, so I'll get that cleaned off and looking good. So once you get them printed, you need to clean them off. Cleaning off the plastic is fairly easy. I mean, it's just taking off this goop and stuff. So we'll file this away and make it look good. There we go. Now we have that all nice and cleaned up. That's almost. We got this side to do now. Now this side, you wouldn't want to use a file on here, and I don't particularly care for using a file in this inside part. So you can see there's some strings in there. And I found that a knife works the best for that. And we'll just get those strings off of there. Get those strings off of there. You can also use a toothbrush to do this job. Zoom out a little bit so I get some room to work. Use a toothbrush. And the toothbrush is good because it'll start lifting those little strings out of the way. Here we go. That's all cleaned up. Now we'll get to work on the tire. PETG is made out of the same material that this glue top is made out of. So gluing PETG is a little bit more tricky, but that's okay. What you need to do is you need to rough up the surface. So I have this handy little easy touch hand sander that I got. Great Plains makes this. I got this years and years ago, and this has been like the best sander I've ever had. It's great. It's a little T-shaped sander. You can put any sandpaper you want on the back of that. Just use the 3M spray glue and glue it on, and then you just rough up the surface just a little bit. You need enough for that glue to catch. Okay, so now I've got the surfaces. They are ready for glue. Put some glue on there. Okay, now one thing with glue, if you're like me, you get this great Gorilla Glue, big old bottle, and then after a couple uses, you can't use it, it's stuck. So just tap it, grab it from this end and push in, that'll suck it in, then gently squeeze out some of the air, and then quickly let go, and that'll suck the glue back in. Then you're ready for the next time. All right. So now we're going to glue this together. There's only the Tonka words on one side of this tire, so all I have to do is make sure I have it straight as far as on the outside goes. I don't have to worry about the rotation of the tire. It's almost there. Okay. Glue's in there just like skin. Instantly. Alright. Now we have that. We'll go ahead and sand the treads a little bit. Get them nice and flat. Looks good. Find the Tonka side out. Grab my wheel. Push it in. One doesn't want to go. Must have it off a little bit on the inside. So we will let's try that again. Higher. Push it in. Voila. We have a finished Tonka truck tire. And that, there's the original from Tonka. The Tonka words are better because it looks like the Tonka word, but that's all right. And there I have 2 tires done, ready to go. What I'm going to do is attach the axles, cut the axles, attach them, and they'll be ready for the truck. And that. Look at that, brand new. All right. So thank you for joining me today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to get some more updates on the Tonka truck or on the Matchbox cars or the Hot Wheels cars that I'm redoing. If you liked the video, thumbs up it. Let me know you liked it. If you didn't like it, hit that thumbs up button twice to really tell me you didn't like it. And make sure you leave a comment at the bottom there. Let me know your thoughts and if you think the direction I'm going now with the 2 trucks, where I'm going to try to get the weathering of this, paint this, get the weathering to match this, or the wearing to match that, is the right direction, or if I should just repaint the red truck from scratch and be done with it. Well, let me know. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are. Thanks again for watching.